it possible to combine automated parking under the public right-of-way?
Does the parking have to be horizontal? How far vertically can you get?
How noisy are these?
If this were an apartment building and I had my own parking spot, could I monitor my own parking spot?
Do we own the software? In other words, and will it work in perpetuity?
What is the maintenance costs?
You don't use diesel backup generators?
In the event of a big earthquake, is there some way to get all the cars out fast? So if this were an apartment building and I had my own parking spot, could I monitor my own parking spot?
Yes.
And so I could actually see it and see what was going on and that kind of thing?
Yes.
And if there was a problem with it, I would know that too?
Yes.
Or does that go someplace centrally? How does that work?
No, the protocols, I can show you on my phone, depending on how you set the system up. So as an example, if one of our tenants leaves a car in the load bay and forgets to waive their key fob or answer the questions, it will send what we call a fault. So it'll send a text message letting us know who it was so that we can call them. We could tow their car if we wanted to. We could lock them in the load bay and have a screen come up and say, hey, you forgot to answer these questions, depending on the technology that you want to deploy. But the notifications are instantaneous.
What has been a catastrophic failure of this? Has there been a catastrophic failure of this system, and if so, what would it look like?
Our system comes from industrial technology assembly lines, General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. It's been deployed for decades. Our automation partner is Omron Safeties and Technology, 75 years in the business. The way that we set our system up and program it, there are safeties involved so that can't happen. The interesting thing is none of this technology is new. Everybody thinks it is. It's just been wrapped up for a different purpose. The seat that you're sitting in right now, the microphone that you're speaking into, the computer that you're using has all done what we're talking about doing with cars. It's gone through automated storage retrieval systems to get here. Whether that was when it was manufactured and fabricated or whether it was at the distribution center of Dell computers or whoever you have, it's all gone through that automation already.
Does the parking have to be horizontal? How far vertically can you get?
As far as
I take it back the other way. How far horizontally can you get?
As far as you want to go. Look, the shuttles that you saw in the video for the Sherman Oaks facility, the system doesn't care if it's 110 feet long or if it's 14,000 feet long. It doesn't care. The largest facility that we're working on right now is on a 4.8 acre site. It's 5,600 cars. The length of that system is I think 14 or 15, 1,600 feet. So it's not.
So it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
In the event of a big earthquake, is there some way to get all the cars out fast?
So are you going to be able to get all the cars out, assuming the system has not been damaged, the earth didn't open up underneath that system? The answer to that is yes. If you have a backup generator and the city didn't cut off all of the gas, the natural gas, because the first thing you do in an earthquake is shut off the natural gas. Assuming they didn't do that, or they turn it back on, the backup generators are designed to sufficiently empty the system. If the city did cut off the gas, let's say as an example, AUTOParkit designs all of our systems with what's called a gen port in the switchgear. And that would allow you to rent an additional generator, just like they do for special events or carnivals or whatever, plug into the switchgear, and then you could empty the system from an outside generator as well. So, there's no difference. There's no difference in emptying an automated parking system versus a regular system.
You said that if the gas were cut off during an earthquake, you don't use diesel backup generators?
So the answer to that is yes. There's two different ways that you can do with generators.
Kiss off the gas.
Yeah, but here's the only problem. If you're talking about in the wintertime when the Santa Ana's blow and a power line goes down and it's down for 3, 4, 5 hours, you want a generator that's hooked up to natural gas, right?
No, I want it hooked up to my diesel so that I just turn it on and I don't care.
No,
if
I understand
the gas
that,
goes
but
down or
if you're talking about a prolonged period where they shut off the natural gas, then obviously you need diesel fuel or compressed natural gas, something like that. The problem with that is fuel storage. right? You have to have enough fuel to run the generator for a long enough period of time to operate the system. So then that becomes a different fire code issue that you have to have. If you have the capacity to store the fuel, then the answer would be, of course, diesel generator. If you want to go for the 99.9% of the time when you have a power outage, it's not an earthquake.
Sitting here with my colleagues, I just feel really proud to be sitting here with my colleagues because I really feel that what is occurring today is a really wonderful step for our community.
I'm fine with these points of consideration and the priorities that you set up. And I thank you for your hard work because this has really been terrific.
I'm absolutely a fan of automated parking. I think I agree with everybody that we need to move ahead with it.
I do think we should move forward, and I think this is a great opportunity now to figure out how to provide automated parking in a few areas and get that thing up and running and get an understanding of how that might work, because I do think it is, Councilmember Krasny has said, the future is now with these things. It's used all over the world, and we ought to start using them here.